Welcome back to the grind. In this video, we're going to talk about the day 5 mystery branch. So the first prize is the black pearls, which is 1,500 for 500 sigils. This is twice as good as the last deal from the last mystery branch, but still, in my opinion, not very great. And that's because they drop fairly decent from chests. Now, if you were to spend the amount of rubies it would cost to make up those extra sigils on spending on those black pearls, then you could get 30 gold chests with it and get 1/3 of that amount of black pearls plus all these other prizes. So in my opinion, I would prefer to spend it on gold chests, get a little bit less pearls, but all these other rewards as well, which includes over 600 sigils. However, if you are really short on black pearls and you do need it for your upcoming fort plans, then it is an easy way to get specifically just black pearls. So that is an option, but do remember in the future, you will likely have more than enough black pearls. Next, we have the speed ups. So it comes out to costing 1,000 sigils for 50 days of speed ups, which is not as good of a deal as the previous deals we've had. And when you compare it to other branches, the investment of sigils is higher compared to the amount of speed ups that you get. So it isn't the best deal, but still, if you're short on timers, timers are very important in the game. So 1,000 sigils, if you can part with it for 50 days of timers, then it's not a bad option because otherwise you'd have to spend it elsewhere and it would be a lot more expensive, example, from forging it in the shop. However, something to consider is 50 days of time, depending what level you're at. That might be one building or it might be two. So essentially what you're doing is spending 1,000 sigils to speed up one or two of your buildings. So I'm going to opt out of this deal because I have plenty of speed ups at this point. It doesn't seem like an amazing deal, and I am going to be pressed for sigils at the end of this season, so I want to save as much as I can since I've already spent several during this mystery branches. Next is the silver chests, which is 300 sigils for 40 silver chests. Now, if you're going to compare this to buying them from the regular shop where you just purchase them with rubies, then this is a much better deal because it comes out to costing about 7,000 rubies rather than what it would cost of, I think, 40,000 rubies if you bought that many from the shop. So 200 silver chests for 1,500 sigils. However, the output from the silver chests is very unreliable and mostly not very good, so it does not seem like a worthwhile investment to me. I would rather keep those sigils and not have to make it up with super sigil chests at the end. If you were going to compare the value of making it up at the end, it would be 7,000 rubies. If you just spent those rubies on gold chests, then this is what you would get. You would get lots of timers, some sigils, some egg tokens, pearls, and honestly, even though it's a small bit, I would prefer that rather than most likely nothing from the silver chests. Next, we have the defense hammers, 100 for 300 sigils. I personally would not spend on these. I would just be more cautious with your hammers and save them up. And then the shards, again, also a bad deal if you are, especially if you're an Atlas player. And if you don't have Atlas, then I would suggest getting Atlas. So now let's take a look at what Morion had said on the forums. He basically said the same thing about the black pearls. 500 sigils just seems like a lot for what you can get from normal play. The 1,500 black pearls comes from 20 gold chests normally, so on average between the events. Next, we have the speed ups, which costs 1,000 sigils, roughly equals about 4,000 to 5,000 rubies, which is about 10 gold chests. And from the 10 gold chests, you get about 15 to 16 days of speed ups compared to the 50 days of speed ups from this deal. So, I mean, it's not a terrible deal, but it's not as good as before. And for me, I don't think it's worth it. But for many people who are short on speed ups, it is. Now, the silver chests, he basically says skip it because the prizes are not good enough to risk it. And then the defense hammers, like me, we don't really buy them. But if you're going to buy them from the forge, then this is obviously a better deal. But it's better not to have to buy them. And then the crafting shards, again, says it's not really worth getting them. So I hope this was helpful. This was the 5th and, to my knowledge, the final day of the mystery store. So good luck with whatever you decide and good luck in the next event. I'll see you in the next video.